students, today we are going to read a very nice, very beautiful poem, an elementary school classroom in a slum, from our book Flamingo. So this poem has been written by Stephen Spender, and he was very interested in politics and he considered himself a socialist and pacifist. So he has written many poems on social injustice and class inequalities which exist in our society. So this poem is one among them. So let us start reading the poem. Far, far from gusty waves, these children's faces, like rootless weeds, their hair torn round their pallor. So in these lines, give me a second. So in these lines, Stephen Spender, he is comparing the children faces. Actually, he is showing a contrast between the waves and the children's faces. Waves, they are very gusty, they are very powerful, they are full of energy. And the children, their faces, they are very weak, very dull. So this is the difference he is showing between the waves and the faces. What is the reason behind this? Because he wants to tell us the deplorable condition of the life of these children. He is comparing the children to the rootless weeds. Why rootless weeds? Because their origin is not known, they don't have a firm foundation, they belong to a poor family, so they don't have any support system. The hair torn round their pallor. Pallor mean face, so their face is covered with the hairs because their hair are unkempt. Their hair are uncombed. The tall girl with her way down head, the paper seeming boy with rat's eyes. Now he is describing the classroom and the children sitting inside the classroom. He is telling that there is a girl inside the classroom who is sitting there and her head is down, because maybe she is suffering from some kind of disease or she doesn't have any energy left in her body. The paper seeming boy with rat's eyes. Now there is one more boy who is looking like a paper. He is very thin and his eyes have been compared to a rat's eyes. Why? Because he has hunger in his eyes. The stunted unlucky heir of twisted bones reciting a father's gnarled disease, his lesson from his desk. Now there is one more boy who is very weak, and he has twisted bones in his body because he has some kind of disease which he has inherited from his father, and he is learning his lesson from his desk. At back of the dim class, one unnoted, sweet and young, his eyes live in a dream of a squirrel's game in tree room other than this. Now at the back of the classroom, this classroom is dim, this classroom doesn't have any light. So at the back of this classroom there is one boy who has been considered as a sweet boy and he is young and his eyes are full of dreams. He is different from other students and he is thinking about squirrels games in a tree room. So this boy is different from other students and he has some dreams in his eyes. On sour cream walls, donations, Shakespeare's head, cloudless at dawn, civilized dome riding all cities. Now poet is describing the walls of the classroom. The classroom walls are sour cream in color. So they are very yellow because they were painted long time ago, and on these walls are some pictures and some paintings. First painting is of Shakespeare's head, cloudless at dawn, civilized dome riding all cities. Now there are some paintings, some are pictures where it has been shown that cities have very big buildings, and civilization has been shown in those pictures. Belled flowery Tyrolese valley. Some pictures are of Tyrolese valley. This valley is in Austria and it is very famous for its flowers. Open-handed map awarding the world its world. Then there is one map, and in the map we can see the world and its countries. And yet for these children, these windows, not this map, their world, were all their features painted with a fog. But these children, for these children, this map doesn't hold any importance because they are going to live their entire life in this slum only. So their future is foggy, their future is unclear, they don't have a bright future. So they don't need this map. They don't need this map. Why? Because they are not going to visit these places in the future. A narrow street sealed in with the lead sky, far far from riverscapes and stars of words. Now their future is like a narrow street which is sealed with a lead sky. So their world is not as beautiful as it is in the picture. Their life will be they will be spending their life in a narrow street which is there in the slum, and they would never see the rivers, caves and stars. They would not enjoy the nature because they are very poor and they don't have money to go to these beautiful places. Surely Shakespeare is wicked, the map a bad example, with ships and sun and love tempting them to steal. Now, author is saying that Shakespeare is wicked. Shakespeare is wicked, why? Because in Shakespeare's work, in plays, we can see the world which is beautiful. The map a bad example. The map is bad example for them because if they see beautiful things in the map, they would be tempted to go to these places. Since they don't have money, they would be tempted to steal. So Shakespeare is wicked for them and map is a bad example for them. For lives that slyly turn in their cramped holes from fog to endless night, because their life is full of pessimism. They don't have any hope, they don't have any bright future. They are going to live in these cramped holes, in these cramped places, and they have foggy days and their nights are endless. So there is no end to their trauma and their dark future. On this slag heap, these children wear skins peeped through by bones and spectacles of steel with mended glass. Now, these children, they are very skinny, they are very thin because they are not getting proper nutrition. So you can see the bones through their skin, and they are wearing spectacles which are made of steel. And these spectacles are made of mended glass. Why? Because once their spectacles are broken, they cannot get a new pair of spectacles as they are very poor. So they have mended these glass and now they are wearing these spectacles. So they are very poor. All of their time in space are foggy slum. So blot their maps with slums as big as tomb. So now the whole time they pass in the slum, and so they cannot go outside the slum. Their life is the slum. And so the poet is saying that you should not show them the map, you should not show them the valleys because they would be tempted to steal. So you should show them the reality of their life. Their reality of life is the slum, and these slums are as big as doom. Okay, unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window and these windows. Now he is imploring the people, privileged people of this world, like governor, inspector, visitor. He is prompting them, he is imploring them to do something for these children so that the map can become their reality, so that they can come out of these cramped holes, so that they can see out of the window that shut upon their lives like catacombs, because these windows, they are like catacombs. They are like these windows shut upon their lives. These windows are like blockages in their life, and they are living in cramped holes. They cannot go outside and enjoy their life like the other children of the world. Break, oh break open till they break the town and show the children to green fields. So poet is saying these people that do something for these children so that they can also see the green fields. They can also enjoy the real world and make their world run azure on gold sands. They can also go outside and see the sand. They can also run there and let their tongues run naked into books. They can also become creative. They can also write something good. Run naked into books, the white and green leaves open, history theirs whose language is the sun. Because if we give them the chance to show their creativity, if we give them chance to express themselves, then what would happen? They would also create something good for the world, because we can also see in the history only those people who are able to express themselves freely, who go around the world seeing good things, feeling good things, they always create history. So we should also give this opportunity to the students. So this is the end of the poem. Thank you.